back to the mid-morning show. I'm so excited today because we have an amazing guest in studio. I'm just going to allow him to introduce himself.
Hi.
Hi, Willy.
Hey, what's up? Hi, Daisy. My name is Willy Nyanumba, and I do YouTube. I do a men's lifestyle channel, so it has fashion, grooming, fitness, and one video on gender dynamics every week. It's a 7-minute video on that.
Yeah.
I have a podcast with one of my friends. Well, I say we have a podcast. It's called The Alpha Show Podcast.
Yeah.
And The Alpha Show, I mean, the name, something as rudimentary as that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we discuss the gender dynamics, but we do it in full form. 1 hour. We're bringing facts, we're bringing data, we're bringing things that.
When you say you're bringing facts and data, so that means you research these things you bring?
Yes.
You talk about?
Yes.
Okay. Just for people who haven't caught, what's like your YouTube channel name?
Mr. Man Style.
And the other for the Alpha Show?
It's called The Alpha Show Podcast.
Yeah, so don't forget to check out Willy. He speaks a lot about what we're going to speak about today. On today's topic, we're talking about alpha males and I don't know how it's pronounced, but I'm going to say the Mgtow. Mgtow movement. For those who don't know, Willy, could you just tell them what the Mgtow movement stands for?
Mgtow stands for men going their own way. And funny thing, you know, I saw the post, like, movement. No, it's not a movement.
Isn't it?
No.
It is a movement. As long as you are following something and pushing it, it is a movement. I don't know what you think a movement is.
It's not a movement. You see, the reason why everyone thinks it's a movement, like people who don't know what it is because they tend to like compare it to feminism. Now, feminism, that's a movement. You know, the whole girl power. That's a whole movement. The Mgtow stuff, it's like not all of us actually agree with each other. You know, we have like differing points of view and stuff.
Yeah.
But here it's like it's more of an adaptation because you know you have to like bring it back full circle and you know really look at where Mgtow came from. So there's something called the red pill. Before we get into that,
because I know this is his specialty, could you just briefly describe for me, for those of us out there who just keep hearing things like alpha male, beta male, sigma male, could you just describe those 3 distinct male personalities for those of us, just briefly?
Well, an alpha, okay, I'm gonna use a very brief, rudimentary description of an alpha. An alpha is confident, calm, you know, and appears to be, I'm going to use that, appears to be dominant, right? And yeah, just confident in everything he does, owns his shit, pretty much.
All right.
Sorry about that.
It's
Beta is, well, quite the opposite of an alpha. No confidence in themselves. They need external validation to feel good about themselves.
By external validation, do you mean money?
No. External validation. No, the alpha actually will tend to have money. That's why the alpha doesn't need external validation. Validation is people approving of you. Yeah. So the alpha doesn't need people to approve of what he does. He just does it.
Okay.
A beta, on the other hand, would need external validation to feel confident. All right. Sigma is not a real thing.
What do you mean it's not a real thing? Is it part of the male personalities or not? Then it is a real thing.
No, it's not. It's not a real thing. You see, Sigma, it's like the descriptions of a Sigma are actually the descriptions of Alpha. It's just that they want, it's just that they want to tell you, oh, it's an introverted Alpha. He does not fit in the hierarchy. Blah blah blah.
Then that means it's a real thing. Just because you don't accept it doesn't mean it's not real.
No, it's not that I don't accept. I know it's not real.
Okay.
You
are the expert.
People, no, I'm not really an expert. I've done a lot of research into this.
Okay, all right.
So I can tell you it's not a real thing. It's actually people who just look at these 2 personality traits.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're not able to conform to what alphas are able to accomplish, and at the same time they don't want to be called betas. So they invent a false reality.
What do you mean a false reality? Are there not men who feel like they don't, you know, fit in with the alpha thing, they don't fit in with the beta thing, so they prefer to, you know, to be known as sigma males? Is it not a reality?
Why do they want to be known as sigma males?
It's something they're going through, I guess.
Like an alpha doesn't really want to be known as an alpha.
Are you sure about that? Because most alpha men do tend to like put it all in their bios. They do tend to let the whole world know, and anybody who has ears.
Those are not alphas.
What are they?
They require external validation, so they're betas.
So you are an alpha man. That's just it. You don't have to let people know, shout it from the rooftop.
Yeah, it's like the gym. You see, when you're in the gym, you work, and it's somebody that I actually looked up to. He passed away 2014, 2015. He said that you, like when you're in the gym, you need to put in so much work that when you go out there, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to talk.
I get
People
that. I
can
get that.
see it. So it's actually the same with an alpha. At first, he comes off like cocky, annoying, arrogant, but you know, when you get to know the person, you realize, you know, there's something to this.
All right. So many people say that alpha males are just insecure men hiding behind this big persona.
Yeah. All right. The mistake with that is, and I get this question myself a lot. So the mistake with that, people who ask that question, is that they tend to associate alpha males with the trait of being an alpha.
Which is cocky,
not the traits, or rather the traits that are associated, like cocky, has money, is
arrogant.
Not arrogant, but rather dominant. The word
anti-feminism.
Yeah. So it's not the traits. I said this in a video actually. Yeah. It's not the traits that make the alpha, but the alpha makes the traits. You see.
Interesting.
There's some. You don't ask yourself the question, why does this person have these traits? So let's bring it back full circle. Yeah. Alpha is an attitude.
Oh. All right. Okay.
It's an attitude whereby.
So is beta an attitude too?
Yeah, it is. It's an attitude, an adaptation, everything. So with the alpha attitude, it's you've put yourself in a position where nothing, no one, people's opinions, things of the world, they don't control you. They don't control what you do. You know, you're
Does this include that particular element of women?
Yeah, even women. They can't control you. Like, you're going to do what you're going to do, what you need to do, and, you know, screw everyone else. That's pretty much it. Like, it's, because, Rollo Tomasi, the rational male, shout out to him. Yeah. He said, he said that true and ultimate power is not your ability to control other people. Okay. All right. True and ultimate power is your ability to control your own circumstances. Meaning that, you know, it's pretty much you who controls everything, and anything you can't control, it's literally up to God, fate, whatever you believe in. Yeah.
So you don't believe that there are alpha men who are insecure or hiding? No. No, because honestly, this is a legit argument. You have to give it like the full benefit of doubt that there are men out there who, because you know there's this whole toxic alpha male thing going on, right? So how about those guys? How do we know that they're genuinely alpha, or maybe they're just insecure men hiding behind the alpha title?
You wouldn't.
They're better as hiding behind.
It's literally the attitude, because if you look at betas, their attitude is pretty much they want to be seen. Like they want to be seen as dominant, as in control. Yeah. Right? So that's how you'll be able to tell the difference between the two.
But how about if he's a better male, but he is by, like you've described, by character and traits, but he lets people know he's an alpha, but yet
he has to affirm that he's an alpha.
Does that happen a lot?
I see that. I see that all the time.
You know, betters hiding behind the alpha thing, but in reality they are betters, but online or to other people they try to just project this alpha.
Yeah, there are people who do that. But you know, they
and that's insecurity.
It's called talking the talk, but you don't. You don't walk it like you talk it. That song, man. Shout out to whoever made it, because I don't listen to hip hop as much.
Yeah, but that spoke to you.
So yeah. You see, so that's it's Migos, huh?
Yeah, it's the Migos. So let's move on. Which of these three personalities? But there are two now, because you say that it's only alphas and betas, and you said the sigmas are just flukes. Yeah. But I'm just gonna bring the sigmas back into the conversation. Which of these three personalities do you think is most likely to support feminism, and why?
Definitely the beta, because he requires external validation, right? Interesting. So if you require external validation, you're looking for any means necessary to be validated by, you know, everyone around. And, you know, feminism is now, it's the thing, man. Yeah. So
you're saying alpha males can't support women?
No, can't support feminism.
they do support women, but they don't support feminism. But how can you support females and not support the one thing that's important to them?
Okay, personally, I think feminism is not really, it actually even detrimental to women, in my opinion. I'm all for the idea of equality. I've always been for that idea. Everyone needs to have equal rights, equal opportunities, and everything like that. But what I don't believe in, and what feminism is now trying to like insinuate, is equality of outcome.
Meaning?
That cannot happen. Meaning that we will do the same job, even though I do it better than you, you still get the same pay that I get. That's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
Wait, so if we're doing the same job
and I do it better than you,
you expect better pay?
I should be. If I ask for it, I will. Pretty much.
Interesting.
It's a you know, this is a world that you have to provide value in everything. Like this world, it doesn't care about your feelings. I mean, I wish it were different, but it's not. And you have to adapt, which is why a podcast like ours exists, a channel like mine exists. So this is a world that doesn't care. It's ruthless. So you just have to work hard. You have to take it. You have to take what you want, and that goes for both men and women. So at that point, like the idea of equality of outcome, it can't happen.
Yeah, we are having a conversation today on alpha males, the Mgtow movement, but there's so many other things in the inside that we're going to be talking about in the second part. For example, Willy, I've seen on your YouTube, you talk a lot about red pill, blue pill. So basic, I just want to know what exactly is the red pill and what exactly is the blue pill, or that type of man.
Okay, essentially those are matrix references.
Okay.
All right. So, and here you now have to understand the red pill doesn't just apply to women.
Okay.
It's every aspect of your life.
Okay.
So,
it's like a person thing. So you can be a red pill person or a blue pill person.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when you're, all right, first of all, we need to go to the matrix, right? He was, Morpheus gave Neo the option. You take the blue pill, live in the clown world you're living in, you know, believe what you want to believe. And you take the red pill, and find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. Basically, learn the truth. And he chose to take the red pill, and he started seeing the world for what it actually is. You know, according to that movie, that is. And that's what the red pill and blue pill is all about. So the red pill means truth. Right?
Okay.
Essentially, like that's a rudimentary description of what it is.
Like truth. Finding out the truth.
Yeah. So you know you can be red pilled. It means you've been made aware of the truth.
Oh.
All right.
Whereas blue pill is
means
living in.
You're still living in the fantasy world. Something that has been like an idea that's been passed down to you from generation to generation. And you guys need to understand, this is not just about women. It's every aspect of your life. Finance. Religion, politics, everything. You need to understand that everybody's lying.
What?
Everybody's lying.
Now you're lying.
That's where
now you're lying.
That's where.
What do you mean everybody's lying?
Everyone is lying.
What do you mean everybody's lying?
Everyone. When a guy tells you, you know, like this idea we've been fed about: go to school, get a job, and then live below your means, save money. Then
Stuff
one day
like
you're
that.
65, you'll be a millionaire. Nah,
that's
it's not the only way you can get there.
Okay,
You know, that's not.
That
you see,
I agree
they
with.
didn't lie. They just didn't tell the truth. They just, like, what do you call it? They omitted the truth.
They omitted the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you for, breaking down what the red pill and the blue pill is. I just want to understand, where does this apply in the whole alpha beta male situation?
The gender dynamics thing,
So, because just before you go ahead, I assume that all alpha males are red pill men and all beta males are blue pill male. So.
No. You see, like now what I said, alpha is just the attitude. You see, you don't have to be red pill to be alpha. There's a lot of people who are blue pill alphas.
And what does the situation look like when a man is a blue pill alpha?
He pretty much has that attitude where he doesn't care what other people think and stuff.
Okay.
But then, when it comes to getting into relationships or whatever, they're easily controlled. And actually, there's a lot of people that are born like blue pill alphas. So things like school, the girls around them, everything. Now that's what kind of tames them and puts them in a position where they're now, they become beta, let's say.
And then, is it possible to be a red pill beta?
Yeah, you can.
No way.
Red pill means you're aware of the truth. Simply it. That's simply your red pill. It means you're aware of the truth, but you're not acting on it.
Yeah.
Right? You just, you know, you're continuing to live life as you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're well, how can I put it?
You're
taking the path of least resistance. You want to be comfortable, you know, and what you've been doing is comfortable. Yeah. So you're, with that respect, you're a red pill.
And then
beta.
when it comes to like the Sigma people whom you said are in the middle, do they even fall anywhere on this red pill, blue pill, you know, spectrum?
Now that depends on how far they're aware. Some guys, some of them.
Oh, it's an awareness thing.
Yeah. You just know what it is. You just, like, you know, you're aware about female nature. You're aware about how the financial system has been set to screw you over.
Yeah.
You're aware about, like, you know, let's say even your own religion.
Yeah.
All right. Some pastors are not exactly genuine, as they say. You're aware about politics. Like you know how the game works. You know how the system is.
So I know we have just been speaking about red pill, blue pill, but I still want to understand, what do you identify as red versus blue? And this is in relation to men. Men.
Now all right. Now, with the red pill.
Yeah.
With the red pill, I look at it as a dude who's more aware. He understands what is happening. Yeah. How the whole thing goes. Yeah. He doesn't like everything he does with an understanding. Yeah. You know?
So even if he's going down a certain path, he's like...
He understands where he's going.
That's important. He's not just, you know, stumbling upon different things in his life.
He's not going with the... You know this whole thing where you go with the flow. He's not doing that.
So it's about intentionality. Exactly. He's very intentional about his moves.
He'll be intentional because now he's aware about how everything works. So that's now what he'll start to do.
And then when it comes to the blue pill man?
The blue pill man is doing what he's told to do.
Are you for real?
Yeah. He doesn't realize that he doesn't realize it, but yeah, he's doing what, like, for years, you know, since he was a child, he's been told to do. Yeah. You know, like, for example, Valentine's Day is coming on Monday, so as per usual, somebody is gonna go and buy his crush flowers. Right?
Is there something wrong with that? The way you're saying
but that's what we've been told to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's something wrong with you choosing to. If you want to buy flowers, whatever, that's your life.
But like, as a blue pill man,
you're doing it because it's just something, you know, oh, I'm supposed to do this if I want, you know.
Whereas as a red pill man, give me the mindset.
He'll be like, why am I doing this?
She's just a crush.
He's going to question it, like, for what reason am I doing this? Yeah. How am I going to benefit from this?
So, right? Let's digress just a little bit.
He'll understand that everything, all your relationships in life, even your friendships, transactional. Yeah. Very transactional.
Come on, not everything is transactional in this life. Come on, really? Yeah. People sometimes do things like, you know, out of like the genuineness of their heart.
No, you're gonna get something in return from that person.
I mean, yeah, like the feeling of helping them out.
No.
What do you mean?
Friendships. I'm talking about friendships, not people you help. Friendships. People you hang out with.
Even with friendships, some people really have those genuine people in their lives who do for them nice things, and it's just like, you know, maybe I'm helping you out this time and I don't expect you to pay me back.
All right, so let me ask you something. Right? If you're hanging out with a group of people and they enable your bad decisions. Yeah. This is now where I'm coming from. They enable your bad decisions. Yeah. Right? But you want to improve as a lady. Yeah. Right? What's your next move?
Obviously to sort of distance from them.
Yeah. Keep them at arm's length. Yeah. And find a group of like-minded people. Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. That in itself is a transactional relationship. Because you know, they're helping you. These are probably like for my in my position, I'll probably go and be with people that have, you know, CEOs or whatever. Yeah. And they'll be now
that knowledge is still
they'll want their knowledge, they're going to help me. Yeah. And with my actions, eventually I'll come to help them. Okay. You see. So it's we don't realize it, but every single relationship is transactional. The only relationship that will not be transactional,
don't say the one with your mom,
probably is with your family. Your parents.
Even with family nowadays, it's gotten crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's why I said probably.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on from this conversation, would you say you identify as a red pill or blue pill man? Obviously.
Well, I am red pill aware, so I'm red pill. Like, if you know what red pill and blue pill is, I mean, you are red pill. pill.
You are red pill. So for anyone out there listening, I hope you've caught up with Willy. This is not just about men. This is about women too. This is just like a personality thing, you know. Anyway, as a red pill man, what do you have against simps? And before you answer that question, for those out there who don't know, because personally, I think the simp conversation has gotten a bit crazy of late, you know? What is a simp and what isn't a simp,
first
you
of
know?
all,
where is the line between simp and gentleman?
First of all, I want to, like, make this very clear.
Disclaimer.
Statements like, I will never simp. Marriage is a scam.
Yeah.
They have gotten a bit too mainstream.
They have.
For my liking. I don't understand why, like, you find blue pill dudes talking about, oh, I'll never simp. If you're blue pill, you're simping in some way. Whether
you know it or not.
Yeah, exactly. You're simping in some way.
Yeah.
You might be told you're not, but you are.
Yeah.
So
what
those statements, they become mainstream, and when they're mainstream, people don't even understand what it is. You ask a guy, what's a simp? They don't know what it is.
That's exactly
why. I'm getting there. You ask a guy, why do you think marriage is a scam? Doesn't know why.
That's right? Very true.
So
we don't know.
A simp is it's basically a man who bends the knee. He puts the woman's needs above his. Always puts a woman first. And probably this woman has, you know, either treats him badly or has no interest in dating him or even sleeping with him whatsoever.
Oh, so, but if it's like a person who treats him well, he's not simping when he's putting
she could treat him well, but he could pretty much be doing something that's... it might be unnecessary for him to do it.
I understand what you're saying, yeah, but where do you draw the line between him genuinely doing... Yeah, being a gentleman and being...
All right, so there's a difference between a simp and a gentleman. You see, simps, they want to get something in return.
Yeah.
They want, like, they know they're doing that to get to sleep with that girl or to...
Okay. They have like an end game.
Yeah, they have an end game. Now, a gentleman, you know, it's in a man to open the door for a woman. It's in a man to, you know, if you're...
Protect, provide,
that's in you as a man. That's innately, you're born with that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, you know, maybe someone might decide to teach you not to do that. But
yeah.
Regardless, you're born, it's in you to try to protect, you know, the women around you. Can be your sisters, your mom.
Yeah.
And it's in a man to open the door for a woman.
Yeah.
You know, be a gentleman, be respectful.
Yeah.
That's just in a man. Now, for a simp, it's more manipulative. Like he has an end game.
Oh, okay.
Even and the sad part about this is simps don't even realize that they're being manipulative. They don't think that you know no one does anything thinking that, oh, what I'm doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Like no one intentionally goes and says, I'm gonna manipulate this girl into sleeping with me.
It's true.
No, unless now you want to talk about pickup artists.
Yeah.
But other than that, no one does it.
So as a red pill man, as an alpha male, what exactly do you have against simps? Like, aside from the usual, like they're very manipulative, what exactly gives you the ick about them?
Yeah, it's just that the games, you know.
How about
kind of you know, if you want something, you have to be straightforward. And I don't have anything against simps, but okay, in this day and age, women are becoming a bit more. I'm not saying everybody.
Yeah.
For those of you feminists who want to come in, like he said, all women.
Yeah.
No, women are now becoming, they're starting to become delusional. Their expectations are becoming a bit realistic, right? So
delusional and realistic.
Unrealistic.
Oh, unrealistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like let me think about it like this. So you know romance novels, right? Romance novels are actually, you know, it's like pornography.
Yeah.
But for women, right? So women, pornography in men, when men watch pornography, they start having very unrealistic expectations when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
Women will read romance novels because women are they're stimulated by, you know, the attention that a man gives.
Yeah.
Men just pretty much and I'll say it, men just want sex.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Women want attention. So when they read a romance novel, and they see, oh, you know, like this man is giving her this attention, treating her like this and whatnot. Now the simp will come and mimic what they hear about in romance novels, romance movies, not books, but movies.
Yeah.
So the simps will mimic that, and it's mostly the movies. You see things on Disney, you know. So
Hollywood love movies.
When the simps do that, you know, women expect that it's all men that should do that, and really, not all men should be like that. Like, yes, I believe like simps have their role to play
in society and everything, but
no. and that's the thing. Like, don't expect men to be, you know, like a man needs to be just straightforward, in my opinion. Like, go and.
But it's almost like you're saying that a man shouldn't cater to a woman. That's almost like what you're trying to say. Like, alpha male, red pill man, like a man's man shouldn't cater to a woman.
Yeah, I mean.
What do you mean? Yeah.
They don't. Not that they shouldn't. They actually don't.
Wow.
Like, they're literally in this for themselves.
So selfish is what you're calling
very
selfish.
Selfish.
So my question is, is it possible that these men are calling other types of good guys simps just to get away with their toxic, selfish behavior?
No, it's pretty much the way they perceive it. Like, they'll see it online and be like, oh, let me make this video, and they show everybody and say, guys, don't be like this guy.
And that's what I'm saying. Why is he doing that? Like, what if he's just actually being a good guy?
Really trying to help. Because, all right, the videos that will mostly be played will be videos of a guy, basically he's being nice. I'll give you a good example. A guy providing, protecting, doing everything he should do.
Yeah.
And then, you know, his girl cheats on him. Or his girl is texting other guys, or other situations where a guy goes and proposes and then the girl just walks away.
You should, like...
So so what they do is they show the video and they're like, hey, look, don't be like this guy.
Exactly.
Simple. So it's just their perception of, it's a perception, you know. That's all it is. Like, it's pretty much, he's doing it for, you know, whatever his audience may be or whatever.
Yeah.
That's really how I see it. I don't think they're trying to get away with being toxic. They don't think they are toxic. I personally don't think I'm toxic.
But you could be, is what you're trying to say.
Toxic, you know, nobody does anything knowing I'm doing this to hurt people. I'm doing this to be toxic.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, I see red pill guys, because at first I kind of disagreed with them, but then I came to like look at things from their point of view, and that's how I started making this content myself.
I get that.
So they genuinely want to help guys, because they understand how the game is played, how people have been conditioned.
But they're also conditioned. Like, no, don't the alpha males and actually red pill guys realize that they're also, it's also a conditioning.
Okay, what they say is they were once like that before. Like, each and every one of them, they say, look, this is what I did back in the simp days. I remember that action. So they're not conditioned. They now realize, hey, I'm going to break away from this. Some of them will tend to revert back to their conditioning.
Yeah, from time to time.
Yeah, but they understand what it is, and they, you know, catch themselves and say, I shouldn't be doing this. So the whole calling people simps online, you know, I don't really know how far they're being nice, because, you know, also being a nice guy, that's also disingenuous in it of itself.
So you can't be a nice guy and an alpha male?
Just be true to who you are. Own who you are. That's
who would you say is the sort of grandfather of alpha males?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
I
thought it's like
the alpha male thing. Okay, people.
I know you said it's a mindset, but who, maybe through your research, have you realized was the first guy?
There's not really okay. There was a study that was actually debunked.
Yeah.
But the same study it had to do with wolves.
Yeah.
So in this situation, we don't talk about wolves. We're talking about human beings.
Yeah.
So the term alpha male, beta male, those are just things that we put. You know, they're just. It's like a name tag to describe certain characteristics. Character. So if I tell you alpha male, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. It's just not in so many words to describe somebody's character. I can remove these. I can get rid of the terms and say, all right, cool. I'm gonna call this one high value and this one low value. Same thing. I can remove the terms and change them myself.
Thank you for bringing up the high value thing. I have a personal question.
All right.
Are high value men alpha males?
No. High value.
Come on now.
Value. Okay. You know what value is?
What the hell is going on?
High value means you're providing value, simply put. So
I know that to yourself and to others.
Bill Gates is a high value man.
But he could be a beta male.
No, he is a beta male.
Ooh, shots fired. Come on now.
Now everyone knows he is.
No, I didn't know that. But like, what do you... then what exactly is
high value? Just simply means you're providing value.
I thought high value man meant, you know, you're an alpha male.
They will tend to be, yeah.
But there are scenarios where you can actually be a high value man in society, but your character is a better.
Exactly.
That is interesting.
But yeah, I can decide. What I was trying to say is I can decide to remove those names and label alpha males high value.
Okay.
Label betas low value. So it's just those just alpha male, beta male. That's just a tag.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very clear what it is when I mention it to people.
All right.
Yeah.
Just like how clear a simp is.
Yeah. Now. It's clear.
I know it's been whitewashed a lot.
Yeah, it has.
You know,
it's mainstream.
It's too mainstream. It's lost its meaning. I don't even think it makes sense anymore. But people still get what it means. At least some aspect of it.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. I have once again, you guys should check out Willy's YouTube. It's Mr. Mgtow, because if you check out his YouTube, you will definitely understand him more. You know, you won't just think he's speaking about things, pulling them from the air. Well, from his YouTube, Willy, you personally have said that some people, females obviously, have called you misogynist, they've called you sexist, they've called you anti-feminist, you know, and I just want
sexist most of the time.
Yeah, so and he has said this, so I'm not accusing him. He has said this himself, so I'd just like you to speak on that.
So you guys know my channel is not that big, but like I've actually lost friends because of the opinions that I have.
Yeah.
You know, of course there are people that are open-minded enough to accept, you know, this is Willy, this is who he is, and you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've personally lost friends because of the opinions that I have.
Yeah.
And also even online people will comment and say that, oh, all you want to do is control women.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
But then why does it come off that way? You know, there can't be no smoke without fire, or fire without smoke.
I wouldn't know. It could be my approach.
You can't say you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know why. Because
Really? No.
all right, what I'm doing is, what I do on my videos is, I state what is there, and I leave it up to everyone to decide.
I have an idea. This is how you're going to help me answer this question. Let's break them down. First, anti-feminist. You have said as an alpha male that you are anti-feminist, but you are pro-females.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is an example of a situation where people have called you anti-feminist. You get? Why exactly are you anti-feminist? Because you know the feminist movement is important, equality. You can't say you're pro-females, but anti-feminist.
No, you can. You can be pro-females. You can be pro-protecting women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And feminists, okay, what a lot of them say, this is what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I'm not like pulling this out of my, you know, my head or anything. This is from what I've heard, what I've seen, and my own research.
Yeah.
Some of them will say that you know, why do you need to protect a woman? They don't need to be protected.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, I look at it this way: who built this world?
I don't even want to answer that right now.
Who built this world?
I have no answer.
These microphones we're using, the camera.
Really? You really think there was no
school? Men did this, right? Men built this comfortable world that we now live in, right? And I'm not doing that in a way to like make women, you know, feel lesser. Yeah. But it was the men that initially built the comfortable world. Like, it was the men that made it so comfortable enough for women to be able to, feminists to be able to complain and say they hate men and people like me are sexist or whatever.
Yeah.
So the feminism, the reason why I'm not for feminism is because all this movement does, it doesn't help women in any way. It's not empowering women in any way, because you need to also look at the definition of empowerment. You realize it doesn't empower women in any way. Okay. All it does is it teaches women to victimize themselves, to say, oh, there's a gender pay gap, therefore, you know, I can't do anything in this society, or whatever. And also all it does is it gets politicians voted in. That's pretty much what it does.
Yeah, that's an interesting
And I think
take.
even here in Kenya, politicians will actually start to use feminism in the future.
Yeah,
to
get more votes.
Yeah, because, you know, this is our country is developing.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually coming up. It's actually coming up. So
Nairobi is on the come up.
Exactly. So now people will now start to use first world problems to get votes, and first world problems like feminism
is it's
a
political tool.
Exactly, it's a political tool. I don't think feminism builds worlds. I just think it creates victim mindset.
And how about the whole, you know, being misogynistic by some of the comments that you say, or sexist? would you really say that maybe people are taking it too far?
Okay, how I say it is, it's black and white.
Okay.
Everything I say is black and white.
Okay. So if it comes off sexist, it probably
is what it is. Reality is sexist, actually. Reality is sexist.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're a woman, I'm a man. There are major biological differences between the two of us.
Yeah.
That will make me better than you in certain things, certain activities, and that will make you better suited to do certain activities.
Like
right?
probably giving birth.
Exactly. I can't give birth, you see.
Yeah. Well, thank you for breaking that down. Thank you for speaking on that. I appreciate you for that. Moving on, as an avid supporter of the men going their own way, I will not call it movement. Willy has let me know it's not a movement. The Mgtow, what should I call it?
Men going their own way.
But like, what's it?
Men going,
is it like a philosophy? Is it a theory? What is it?
When you say philosophy, that's how you know you're dealing with a staunch Christian. Now,
no, because if it's not a movement, then what is it?
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So I'll have to bring this back full circle to red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
So once somebody is red pilled, they now know the truth. So it's kind of like, all right, how do I adapt to the reality?
Okay.
You know, instead of complaining about it, how am I supposed to adapt? So pick-up artistry, that's a way to adapt. There's also black pill. Black pill guys pretty much consider biology in itself, like genetics and everything, and looks. Like they pay a lot of attention to like how a man looks, and and you know what he'll be able to achieve in life. And then now there's Mgtow, men going their own way. So Mgtow is pretty much, they're kind of doing the opposite of what pick-up artists do. They're doing pretty much what they want. They've decided to
live life on their own terms.
Yeah, just live life.
But what does that mean? Are they still respectful and kind to people?
Yeah, what it is, it's like, you know, you give everybody their due, but you know, you do what you have to do. That is within the law, of course.
Oh yeah, obviously that's what I'm asking about. So that means you live life by your own ideals. You don't follow society in a sense that society says you should be married by a certain age.
Exactly.
You can decide to be single at 40.
Mgtow actually don't want to get into marriage because a lot of them, including myself, we look at statistics, divorce statistics. Like there's a statistic that is in the US. I don't know much about here because in the US they say 50% of married couples are likely to get divorced. Now over here you won't hear of divorce as much because it's kind of like taboo or something. So what will happen is you'll find that in certain marriages the wife is very cold to the husband. You know, they're not talking. They're sleeping in separate bedrooms. Or you'll find even they antagonize, the wife will antagonize the man to the children. And so here it's very different from the West. So you wouldn't see such statistics over here, but you definitely see that people are
unhappy, like, and
they're in hell. Basically, they're slaves in their own homes.
But they can't leave, you know.
They can't leave
for a number of reasons. If it's not the kids, it's the financial situation.
Finances. Also, the laws are actually set up, and this is any country that, if you put English common law, pretty much the divorce laws, they're not there to. It's like a way to facilitate wealth transfer from men to women.
Come on, it's not always about that. I mean,
but that's how it looks.
Remember, the women always end up with the kids. So how exactly do you expect her to take care of the kids?
Yeah, you pay child support.
How exactly does the Mgtow movement apply to someone who's, let's say, young and in Nairobi right now?
Young and in Nairobi. So just go out and self-improve, man. Like don't focus too much of your attention on chasing girls. It's not.
And what's this chasing girls thing you mean?
Don't put your attention on women. Like, if you're gonna get a woman, if she's interested in you and you know you have your funny and that's fine, cool. But that should not be your main priority. Your main priority should be what your purpose is, your goals. You need to have goals. If you don't have goals, man, you know,
that's already a problem.
You need to have goals. You need to have deadlines for accomplishing those goals. Right? So a goal without a deadline is a dream. You can be talking about you want to be a pilot, but if you're not doing anything to go to flying school. You can be talking about you want to do podcasts, radio presenting, but you know
you're not doing anything.
So all you're doing is going women all the time, girls, women, and this is something actually young guys need to really be serious,
just look into.
Yeah, exactly. So, because there's a guy who wrote a book, a businessman. I don't remember the book, but he was saying the reason a lot of men are not successful in their 20s, it's usually few out of many. One of my favorite content creators teaching men's fashion is very successful. He's 27 years old. Okay. So the reason why men cannot get to that level at that age is because they pay too much attention to now sex. Yeah. That's what they want. Yeah. So when they're doing that, that takes a lot of their time. It takes a lot of energy, and so in most cases, focus, money. Yeah. Money, because you need money to pay for the dates and whatever, and buy the drinks and do all the simpery.
You see, you just called it simpery.
So yeah, it's like, so now if men would just pay less attention to what their body count is, or, what woman they get, because you're not, let me tell you something, man, body count, you're not gonna get a trophy for that. I kid you not.
Are you sure?
You're not getting a trophy for that. All you'll get is your boys just you get good stuff, that's all. But you're not gonna get anywhere else in life other than your notch count increasing. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So for someone out there who's a young guy who's listening to you as we sign out, what is the most important thing you want them to pick from everything you've said today and from just your passion for all these things that you do through your YouTube? What's that single bullet advice that you really, really want someone to pick out?
Just focus on your purpose, man. Yeah. Find something you love to do. Find something you're really good at. Yeah. And enjoy it. Do it. Yeah. Enjoy the process of growing. Yeah. Get in the gym as well, because the gym is helpful, because you'll progress, you'll make gains, and then you can apply all those rudimentary techniques of growth to your life, to that thing that you're passionate about. Yeah. If you need to fund your purpose, do whatever you need to do, but make sure that you have that goal, where you want to be in the next 5-10 years. That's what you need to be thinking about. Yeah. Vision board. Where am I going to be in the next 5 years? Cool, I need to work on this. Set the deadlines for those goals that you've put there, and keep going. Keep at it. Yeah, and pretty much don't let what women say control you, because that's really what,
Yeah. What brings down a man is what you're trying to say.
Exactly. Don't let people control you is what I'm saying. Opinions, things of the world, whatever. Do what you need to do.
I think that advice is great, and I think it applies to both. I think even females out there, you could decide to focus on your passion.
I mean, if you're a career woman, I mean...
What do you mean, I mean? I mean, really, oh my goodness.
That's up to you.